Welcome to Fit to Be Real.
And a little extra.
We are talking flipping the switch to choosing health and fitness, why it's hard, how to do it, and how we've gone through this just like you have many, many times.
And we continue to go through it every single day. So we know what's up.
This is a topic that we have struggled with and overcome and then struggled with again many, many times. And we are currently back into the swing of things coming off of a vacation, a weekend vacation.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to flip that switch back on, even though I will say we worked out every day of the vacation.
We did. And that is unusual for maybe the general public.
Yeah.
Not everybody goes on vacation and gets up at 7, 8 a.m. and goes to the gym. That is something that we do, but it's something that we like to do. Not because we feel like we have to. Our day is better mentally for us when we start off that way. So yes, we did work out every day, but we also indulged every day.
Oh, absolutely. More so indulging than
than working out.
But it is different. It's a different, we went on a 3-day cruise on the Royal Caribbean, Liberty of the Seas, and it was amazing. So the fitness gym was looking out to the wide open spaces of the ocean in the most beautiful morning views. And yes, it was on a treadmill, which makes it difficult. And I didn't have AirPods.
I know, that's the worst. And I didn't share my AirPods.
We didn't even think about that until the last day and it was over. But just being on that boat with the view was enough. Like, it made it a little bit easier.
Yeah.
And so we just started the day with that. And now getting back into the real, quote unquote, real life, right? And mind you, our job is fitness on the daily, but that doesn't mean it's easy.
No, it absolutely does not. And sometimes it's harder.
Sometimes it's harder because not only do we have to work out for ourselves, we have to work out for everybody else. So like when I go on a run, or when you go on a run or a walk, or do an extra weight thing on our own or something like that, people are like, why are you doing more fitness? Why are you working out in addition to the however many hours a week you do classes and clients and blah, 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 blah. And for me, I quite literally say, well, that's working out for you, but I need to work out for myself.
Yeah.
And that's completely mental, more so than it is physical.
Just like this, we came back from vacation, even though it was only like 48 hours. And it's hard. You go hard on vacation, and coming back is hard. And you can do one of two things. You can get back into your routine, or you can continue that sort of off mode, which makes it a million times worse. Because once you're out of the game, even for 3 days, it is so much harder to come back if you're not mentally prepared to get back into it.
And that's not just for vacation. That's for coming off of an injury, or maybe you have a really busy work week and you just can't get as much as you would like to. You can't, wake up extra early or hit the gym after hours, stuff like that. So we have a few tips. And this is also, let me preface, this is for people who haven't even gotten into a health and fitness routine ever. Right. So maybe you're just starting, or you've been thinking about starting, but you don't know how to do it. And that switch, when we say switch, it's quite literally like thinking of a light switch, and you flip it up to turn it on. And if it's turned off, it's flipped down. But there is a switch, so to speak, that you have to choose. It is a choice that you make to flip that switch. And it's not an aha moment. Sometimes it's really hard to just decide today is the day and I don't want to do it, but I'm going to do it. And then the next day, maybe even harder, because you're like, whew, I know what I did. I don't want to do it again. But you got to keep that you got to keep that switch flipped up. And it really is, it's a choice.
Oh, 100%. And it's a choice that only you can make. Yeah. Nobody can do it for you, and you can't flip the switch for anybody else.
No.
I've done it a few times thinking, for this event, or I think this, when I was younger, if I just lost weight, this person would like me. You know what I mean? Yeah. You can't do it I was much younger then, but you cannot do it for somebody else because it won't stick.
No. And that spreads to a healthy lifestyle of food, if you're trying to get on a healthy track, but you're living in a house with people that don't necessarily want to do that or are ready to do that for themselves, you can't make them.
No.
You cannot make them. It's like trying to make kids eat broccoli when they just want to eat, buttered pasta.
That sounds so good right now.
Challenge.
Oh my God.
See, I would love a vegetable. My body is craving a vegetable.
Yeah, we did not have many vegetables on this cruise.
Yeah, no. It's the same type of thing. If it's not just fitness and exercise, it goes for healthy lifestyle. It goes for if you want to be more positive and you live around a lot of negative people. There's so many things you just have to recognize and be aware and self-aware that you are not in the market or have the ability to do it for anyone else. You cannot touch anyone else's switch. You cannot flip it. It's up to them and only them, and it's up to you and only you. So, with all of that said, we have 6 tips, and this is for getting into fitness for the first time or getting off of the couch in that, seasonal, it's been a dark winter, for getting into exercise or anything that you'd like to start. So, number 1 is starting with something that you can do.
That is actually a big decision.
Is that not wild that I wouldn't have thought of that, but that's 100%. Why would you start with anything that you see on TikTok or anything that you see on social media that is, yes, it may work for someone else, or yes, it's a very high level. Don't start there. Start with something that you can do.
Even if the first time it's like, oh, that was so easy. Great.
Yeah.
Then up your level the next time.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And that is, gosh, that's brilliant. I wish I thought of any of this. This is from the Mayo Clinic, but we are not related. Not related at all. Number 2, don't think you have to run the marathon or be an elite athlete, an Olympian or anything like that. What your level is perfect. Where you start is exactly where you need to be. You are not going to do a 7-minute mile on day 1.
Oh, yeah. No.
Like, don't think that's where you need to be successful in continuing and maintaining a sustainable lifestyle in anything.
I think the key word is sustainable.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for the input. Number 3 is building exercise into your daily routine, which is just like, take the stairs. Don't take the elevator. Choose to maybe park a little bit farther away from the grocery store entrance, so you have to take those extra steps to the grocery store. Build more activity.
Think about taking those small steps about 6 to 8 times a day, and you're on your feet. You're moving, you're walking, and you're working out.
Yeah.
More than you were yesterday. Good tip, Mayo Clinic.
Yeah. 4, schedule. We've said this before. Schedule exercise into your schedule like it is an appointment. A doctor's appointment, a hair appointment, whatever it is. It's an appointment for yourself that you need to put in to your time frame so that you follow through and go do it.
So write it down. I know I am the opposite of a list maker. We've talked about that. Write it down. We actually have a seafitter who makes planners that you can write it down in. It's called Balance Bound Planners. And her name is Brooke. We will put her link in the show notes. Get a planner, support a local small business, and write out your CFIT workouts in that planner. 2 for 1.
It's so true, though. So what will help you is number 5, and that is getting a workout buddy, which we've definitely said before.
Yeah.
The buddy system is the way to go. Carly and I tend to do that for a lot of things.
New everything. I have a fear or little nervousness of doing anything new by myself, and I make Victoria come with me.
Number 6, don't set unrealistic goals for yourself, because that will get you into the cycle of, I'm not reaching my goals, so I'm a failure, and so I'm going to stop, and I don't want to do this anymore because I can't, and it's stupid. Like, that's really dramatic, but all of those thoughts go together, and then you end up at some point, hopefully, you find the switch again, and then you set an unrealistic goal again, and then you're back to the, oh no, I'm not good enough. I can't do this.
Yeah, it's a hamster wheel.
It's a hamster wheel. It is that yo-yo of constantly not being able to maintain a goal that you're setting. And I don't even like goals. I like more so these days, I like saying intentions, because your intention is something that you can strive to do. And a goal is like, if I don't reach this, I'm a failure.
Yeah.
And that's not true, because success is not linear. It's an up, it's a down, it ebbs and flows, hills and valleys, whatever way you want to say it.
That was beautiful.
Thank you so much. Oh my God.
So when you're talking about breaking it down, pick one thing. So if you're just starting out, you pick one workout class a week to go to.
Mm-hmm.
That's attainable.
Oh, yeah.
And then you're going to see soon, oh, maybe I can up it to 2. Oh, maybe I can up it to 3. But that takes time. It takes people around 2 to 3 months to create a habit. Habits are very hard to create.
Yes.
And it takes a while. It does not take a week. And I think the big misconception is, I worked out 5 days this week. Why do I look the same?
Well, because you're not a magician. And
What?
because it's not like the snap of a finger. I hear this all of the time with people that want to start personal training, and they want to work out once a week, add weights into their routine, but they don't want to change any of their eating habits, but they want to lose a lot of weight.
Yeah, it's impossible. That's impossible.
And you want to do it within 8 to 12 weeks. It's like, whoa.
Yeah.
No one. Unless, no one. Even if you're a celebrity and you have all the money, it's not going to happen.
That personal training session is amazing, in addition to changing the way you eat, creating other daily habits.
Mm-hmm.
It's part of the change. It's part of the light switch, but it is not the flip of the switch and that's it.
No.
Oh, I'm doing personal training. I should be where I want to be.
Yeah. No. It's all connected, and it's all a mindset. And I think something that we all do is like, okay, well, once I find the motivation, then it'll be easy. And then I'll just get into it, and then it's all going to fall into place, and then I'll be happy.
Right. I'm going to piggyback off of that. I read something. His name is Craig Ballantyne, and he wrote something called the Perfect Day Formula. And what he says and what people don't realize is they want the perfect life. But what they don't realize and figure out how to do is to have those perfect days that lead up to the perfect life.
Ooh.
Yeah. So I think we all have those days where everything went well. You're like, my workout was on fire. My food was on fire. I was happy. I got all the things on my list done. That was a perfect day. And that doesn't have to be a fluke. You can do that every day.
Yeah.
You can do that most days. Some days are going to be harder than others, and you're not going to have that motivation and discipline to want to do it. But the perfect day creates the perfect life, but you have to break it down and take it step by step. And he also says that you don't want to be day jacked.
What is that?
Day jacked is when you get sidetracked by social media, and that totally brings your mind down and negative, and it's the daily distractions that take you off your game, and you got to figure out how to get rid of those negative daily distractions so you don't get day jacked, which leads to week jacked,
right?
Which leads to month jacked. So you want to have that perfect day, but you have to create that, and it's not a fluke. You can have those. It's not unattainable.
Yeah.
I thought that was really cool.
And at the same time, to have, say your day does get jacked. I'm going to use that. I like that.
Me too.
That doesn't mean all of your progress is gone.
Oh, heck no.
That one step back, if you want to call it that, does not mean you have to stop and it's everything you've done so far is worthless and, you're a failure. No, you wake up the next day, you start over, you do it again, and you keep going. The perfect day sounds like more of a mindset.
Correct.
To get through each day, even among the discomfort of stressors and maybe things that were not planned into that perfect mindset day that you had.
So here's a question that maybe people have asked you in personal training. So say you get through till like 12 o'clock in the afternoon and your day's going so well, you're eating great, and then you have like Oreo cookies.
Are you asking for a friend?
I'm asking for a friend. All right, let's pick something else. I'm just kidding. Yeah, that's me. I could totally house a sleeve of Oreo cookies.
Yeah.
So what happens, like in my mind, I'm like, man, I can't believe I just did that. Do I wreck the rest of my day and be like, who cares now? I already ate those Oreos, or not?
No. No, that sleeve of Oreos, yes, it was a choice.
Okay, fine. Whole bag.
Where are you finding a bag of Oreos?
I got my dealer.
I want it.
Dealer.
No, it does not mean that you have to continue with a destructive rest of your day. And because what's going to happen is that you're going to wake up the next day and be like, ugh, well, I ruined yesterday. I don't even care about today. And then you'll wake up the next day and make the same decision. And now you're in this cycle and a season of really deep sadness because you made that one decision and it just kept trickling through. So when you do have those moments of like, I didn't necessarily want to eat a sleeve of Oreos today, but I made that choice and now I can't take it back because you cannot take it back. All you do is you pick yourself up.
Yeah.
You maybe get upset with yourself briefly. Okay. You move onward and upward because that is the only thing that's going to keep the switch on. If you automatically, after that Oreo moment, turn the switch off, that's a choice as well. And then you're going to be stuck in that choice. But you can't beat yourself up for little moments. I wouldn't say that would be an entire step back. I think an entire step back would be destroying the rest of your day and waking up the next day and continuing that pattern. And then you keep going with that healthier mindset. And then it's okay. It's a blip.
Yeah, I think that with myself and other people, it might create a snowball effect.
Yes.
And that's hard to recover from mentally. It's not physically, because you can just get yourself up and start again. It's a mental thing. And I know that when I do that, I will text Victoria right away and be like, oh, I'm so mad. And she's like, move on, get over it. I hope you enjoyed them. Did you enjoy them? Great. I'm glad you enjoyed them.
And not in a sarcastic way.
No. She means
you can't beat yourself up continually.
Yeah, she literally means enjoy them and move on.
Yeah. In those moments, like if that's a daily thing, then you're creating a brand new habit. You get to choose and you get to decide what your next moment is.
Yeah, and you don't want to be like, man, my day just got jacked. You don't want to say that. But sometimes when you eat that sleeve or bag or carton of Oreos, you have to be like, darn it, don't jack up my day.
I really want to meet this dealer that you have of the carton of Oreos. Like, I'm really interested in this. Long-term habits can only be made with small decisions and small choices. So a small daily habit will, over time, turn into a lifestyle for yourself. But you cannot do a big one. You start big, you're going to get overwhelmed. It's not going to last. And then you're back to where you were in a very miserable place.
I think this is the one time that saying go big or go home does not work. Mm-mm. You have to break it down. You daily. Have to, yeah. And if something's not working for you, you have to figure out why it's not working. Was I sad when I ate those Oreos? Was I happy? You have to figure out why you're doing those things. Did I need sugar? Am I addicted to sugar? Because that could be the case. I am a little bit, yeah. But you have to figure out why.
Yeah. I'm an emotional eater.
Yeah.
When I'm in a sad, depressed, whatever word you'd like to choose, I find joy. It's a cycle. I find joy in eating things that I want to eat that I don't get to eat all the time because I limit myself. And then I immediately regret. Mm-hmm. And then I'm sad again.
Yeah.
And then you eat more and then I'm sad again. I have yo-yoed my entire life health-wise in terms of weight loss, weight gain. I'm currently in a weight gain because I've been in a very, very sad place.
Yeah.
And I chose food to satiate some sort of joy that I needed in my moments on the couch at the end of the day. And that's not even a pattern that I like. Like at the same time when I was doing those things and preaching to other people the right way to go about these changes, because let me tell you something, we know what we're talking about, but it's very hard to take action and implement them because we are just human and that's just how it goes.
And it's also hard to do it knowing that we are in front of people on the daily, multiple times a day, and having that pressure of, oh, I cannot eat that. I cannot do that. I have to work out extra. I'm in front of people. This is what I do for a living. Mm-hmm. If I fall off, what are they going to do? Are they going to fall off? Yeah. So we're constant, it's a work pressure. Everybody has work pressures, and that's our work pressure.
Yeah, I actually had this revelation recently. I don't even think I talked to you about it. In my I'm going to quote this, skinniest time of my life, which was this past summer into the fall. I was at my lowest weight, but I was at my most unhealthiest mindset. And I was coming out of a very debilitating breakup. And I was also changing or making choices that got me to a very skinny, not healthy, skinny number on the scale. And I got more compliments from the people in my world and people that didn't know me and people at work because of how I looked. Little did they know how I felt.
Right.
And then I get into a season where I couldn't maintain that because it was unhealthy. And I gained 15 pounds back. I actually think I gained 20 pounds with this past vacation.
It was needed.
No regrets. And I'm on the out. I'm on the way out of this mindset, but I gained all of that weight back because it was unhealthy the way that I lost it. And nobody has spoken to me about how I look. And
I think you look great.
Shut it. Thank you. But that's a piece of this
The pressure. It's
pressure
the piece of the pressure.
is part of the sadness and then really realizing, my God, we put so much stress on the way people look.
I know.
Nobody knew how I felt, but they liked the way that I looked.
Right.
And I liked the way that I looked, but I did not feel good.
There's that reel on Instagram. You know, I'm a big reeler that says post a picture of yourself at your saddest time. And it's always somebody smiling big and laughing, and because they don't know that is their absolute saddest time, because nobody would know because everybody hides it.
Yeah.
And
welcome to the past year of my life.
Yeah, I know. And on this cruise, actually, I said it to you. I said it to you and our friend Pat, who was on the cruise, that sometimes I would just sit at the pool or on the beach and look around and people watch. And I wished that I had some of the confidence, body confidence that these other people had, because they did not care what they were wearing. And some people maybe were wearing very tiny clothes and didn't look to society. To society, not me. I don't care. Yeah. To society that they should be wearing that. And I was like, man, I wish I had that body confidence, because here I am, like in this high-waisted, you tell me all the time, like, you look fine, stop. And I'm like pulling up my bathing suit and I'm like, man, I wish I could just walk out the door like that. They look so happy. Yeah. So I don't feel like that all the time. I just think that we put too much pressure on looking a certain way, and people use that as, that's my goal. They look on Instagram and they see these people, I want to look like that, and that's my goal. And it's unattainable. It might not fit in your body type.
Yes. Unrealistic goals that we set for ourselves, like you said, as a society. Who set that? Who made that?
Yeah.
Who created the rules?
Wear the bikini. Any size. Wear the freaking bikini.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
This all goes together with keeping your motivation up, keeping your positivity and your mindset in check. We have, not to deviate, but we have this amazing teacher. Her name is Jacqueline. She came in like a badass, and everybody gravitated towards her because she just like oozes confidence.
Yes.
She'll walk in and she will take off her shirt and she's in a little bra and like this awesome outfit. And all of a sudden we started seeing more people taking off their shirts, and being really confident in what they were wearing in her class specifically.
Yeah.
Because when you have that kind of confidence, it rubs off on people. And when you're trying to attain these goals, it is so important to be around people that have or want the same goals that you have.
She will give you the motivation, but she will be the number one person to tell you that it's discipline that got her to the place that she got. So actually, this is really awesome. I listened to a podcast yesterday on my walk that I built into my routine with my dog. I listened to a podcast, and it was the Jay Shetty podcast called On Purpose. I've talked about him before, and he was interviewing Lewis Howes, who is another motivational speaker and has an amazing, incredible story of how he got to where he got to. And they talked on the focus of discipline and motivation in terms of success, which isn't necessarily fitness, just like in life and what you want and what your purpose is and what, how you want to feel every day. He said motivation is for people who don't have a meaningful mission, and discipline is for people who have a very clear identity of who they want to become and the mission that they have. And that's so true, because motivation isn't going to get you
No.
where you want to be. Discipline is going to get you where you want to be. The motivation that you have
Flips the switch.
Absolutely. And that is the intention that you have for yourself and where you want to be in your future self. I want to have this goal. It's very vague. It's, I don't think I can actually do it, but whatever. But I'm going to do it. I'm going to try. Like, that is an unclear mission.
Mm-hmm.
That is an unclear intention that you want for yourself. And that motivation isn't going to last. It's going to fizzle, and it's going to fizzle really quickly. The discipline of, this is who I am. This is who I would like to be with all of these choices that I'm going to make in a healthy way. And this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to schedule it in. I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to do it whether I like it or not. That's the discipline that's going to get you to be the person that you want to be, or whatever the goal is or an intention is for yourself. Jay Shetty had asked, how'd you get the discipline? Like, how did you maintain that, or how did you even start that? And I thought this was brilliant. He said, I paid in advance.
What?
He paid in advance. So a big thing for him was doing therapy every 2 weeks or every week at the start. It was something very intense. And he said, I paid up front so that I made sure that I went, that I did it, and there was no room for error.
Yeah. That is such a good idea. And you can do that in small ways. Like, just by, well, first of all, groceries are so expensive right now.
Whew.
But going to the grocery store and spending the money on healthy foods, you don't want those foods to go bad. You don't want to waste your money.
Yeah.
Eat the healthy foods. You want to do an unlimited package somewhere. You pay in advance, or you want to do a single class, pay for it and sign up and keep yourself accountable. Don't lose it.
Yeah.
It's
and
your money.
It goes for anything. Fitness, mental health, just a creative experience that you want to keep your spirit alive. Do it. Pay for it. Already pay for it. Decide that you are worth the investment. And whether it is a success, it's another thing he says, is that it's not necessarily the dream that you have, which is what goals and intentions are. It's a dream that you have for yourself in a future way. It's not getting the dream that is the life changer. It's everything you do to get to that dream state. And if you fail, everything you did to get there still counts. And everything you did to get there is the reason why you are different in the end.
Even with our own weight loss goals, the journey is hard.
Yeah.
And the journey goes up and down, but everything you learn along the way will help you when that switch goes off.
Mm-hmm.
You know how to flip it back on. You know what to do. The journey is half the battle. Victoria did not want to go on vacation.
Sure didn't.
I booked it, and Carmela paid for it in advance before we even told her.
Yeah.
Because we knew she was not going to want to go. And if we said, hey, we want to go on a cruise, let's go, she would say, no, I have to work. I have to do this. I have so much to do. I don't, it's not a good time, blah, blah, blah. We had to book it.
Yeah.
We told her after the fact and said, we're leaving in 3 weeks. Pack your bags. She got on the plane. She didn't want to go. It took her 24 solid hours of the 48 to say, hey, thank you.
It did.
It's hard.
It did. You're so right. It took me the entire first day to not beat myself up over not being the weight that I wanted to be in a bathing suit on a cruise in Florida. And it took me 24 hours to not be mad at you guys.
Yeah.
For forcing me to try to be happy.
Yeah.
Because you're never ready. You're never
It's never
ready.
a good time.
And no, is a short weekend vacation fix a season of, deep sadness and depression? Absolutely not.
What?
I know.
That was the point.
Well,
that's why we took you away.
They kidnapped me. I did know a little bit in advance. But guess what? I had so much anxiety leading up to this weekend.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready to accept myself, which is a lot of mindset for everybody getting into a fitness routine or a healthy lifestyle. It's because you're not ready to accept where you are currently, to want to change it, because it's not about, what you want to be. Hopefully, where, that, I wish I was this. I wish I was that. So, where you would like to be. It's the acceptance of where you are right now, which is not anywhere near where you want to be. It's really, really, really hard. I was forced into it. Did it change my feelings, my emotion? No.
No.
But guess what? I flipped the switch. I flipped the switch because it's day one was the day that I got back. Okay, we got back on Monday. Day one was Tuesday morning. I was very tired on Monday night. But Tuesday morning, I decided I have to make a small step, because once I make this small step to have a very quote unquote perfect day, right? You got to start somewhere.
You have to, and it's got to be small.
And I will say that did that mini vacation where I wished, what was wishing I was looking different going to do for me in those moments.
She looked great, by the way.
Either enjoy, yes.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Yes. And you know, if you know what I thought to myself, I am someone else's goal.
100%.
In the moment where I feel my worst and I am beating myself up over having a really hard year.
Oh no. All right. This is real.
This is real.
She's actually being real extra right now. That's my job.
This was the hardest year and transformative year of my life. And I was on a vacation and truly thought, I am so not happy with my body and myself. But I am someone else's goal.
Yeah.
I am someone else's picture on the refrigerator of where they would like to be. Like, enjoy your life right now. Enjoy this phase. I'm in this phase for a reason.
Yeah. Because you're going to come out of it
100%.
It's just hard digging yourself out.
It's so hard.
It's hard
so
to flip that
hard.
switch.
And it's hard to, not everybody can force people to go on vacation. And that's a hard thing too. But
I'll do it again. It was fun.
It did help. It really did help. Because
maybe not in the moment, but and this is what I was thinking. I was like, wow, we should have let go a little more. And you always think after the fact. Do you know what I mean? Like, we had a great time, but I had all those anxieties in my head looking around. Why?
Right.
You know what I mean? And if you just be in the moment and enjoy what you have right then and there, it's so hard.
Yeah.
You don't want to have to look back and be like, man, I should have had 7 more pina coladas. I had plenty, but do you know what I mean? You want to enjoy it while it's happening and not look back and be like, next time, I'm not going to care what I look like in a bathing suit. Like, that's something that's a goal. That is a disciplined goal that you have to think of every day to have that perfect day.
Yeah. Yep.
You have to tell yourself that. That is a small goal to help you reach a much bigger goal.
Starting on Monday is never a good plan.
Yeah.
Start today. Start now. Live your life as is. And then make decisions. If you would like to change the as is part of your life today, make the decisions to do it. Flip the tiny little switches. In every moment, there's a switch. Flip it in every single moment you would like to flip it, whether it's hard or not. And it all starts with one small little choice.
Yeah. And that choice can just be not, I'm going to go to this class today, not, I'm going to eat perfectly today. It could be, I have to choose to be happy today. That's a small goal that takes discipline, and it's very hard. Yeah. So now, Victoria doesn't know about this.
Cool.
But we're going to play a game. This game is called Habit, or How About Not? And Victoria is going to tell us if that is a good habit that we need, or how about not?
Okay.
Cutting out sugar and alcohol at the same time.
How about not? Because that's too much. It's too much at one time, and maybe you'll last a week, and maybe you'll last 2 weeks, but it will never last indefinitely. Pick one, limit the amount you're currently taking in, and then slowly peter it out to where it's a gradual process, and then start on the next one.
Okay. I like that. Using weights for weight loss. Habit to create, or how about not? Just stick with cardio.
Habit. Absolutely habit. If you are a cardio queen, add a weight class 1. Just 1. Don't do multiple days a week. Just 1 into your routine.
Having a cheat day.
Habit. Habit. It's balance. That just means balance.
That's balance. And that is our motto, balance.
And don't beat yourself up over it.
Taking a rest day in your weight loss journey.
Habit. I like to call it active rest. Go for a walk. Do a more relaxed yoga practice for yourself. Keep active. Don't just sit down.
Binging on the weekends and starting fresh every Monday.
How about not?
I knew you were going to say that.
How about not? Listen, those Oreos are amazing, and I get it because I love them. To store up for winter, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then decide Monday you're going to be the person that you've been wanting to be Monday to... No, it's not. That's creating a horrible habit, and it's a habit for sure, and you can create that habit. But I would say, how about not?
Following fitness influencers for motivation.
Oh, man. That one's hard because there's a lot of fakes out there.
Don't pull a Tyler. You got to pick one or the other.
What state are we in? I'm going to say habit because I think the more motivational influencers that you have in your newsfeed creates more motivational algorithms that pop up so you'll see a lot of positivity, and then hopefully this habit, you can start to trickle out the ones that are unrealistic for you instead of getting fed into the comparison and there's so much on it.
There's so much crap out there too.
Thank you.
Yeah.
There's so much crap out there that is so debilitating to the mind of, I can't do that. I'm going to try to do that. I can't do that. I'm a failure. And
Or just liars.
Truly.
Yeah.
Because that's why you can't do it. Because it's not true.
It's not true.
It's not accurate. It's not the way to go.
I'm answering this for you. How about not?
It's fine. How about not? But then again, if you how about not it, then your newsfeed is could be what it currently is. And that's
true.
It might be negative. I would say start as a habit. Yeah. Start following some motivational people in the health and fitness industry, but be smart enough to weed out the ones that just feel not genuine.
Yeah. So make your habit to be smarter.
Yeah.
Okay. Last one. Habit or how about not? Getting to see fit to take all the classes with all the best teachers.
Habit, habit for sure. Because here's why. Yes, plugging our fitness studio, 100%.
We got to start doing that.
Because we're amazing.
Yeah.
And you truly will forget that you're working out. You're going to have the best time. Do you need to know the steps? No. You flail about. You'll absolutely walk away feeling better than you walked in. Trying everything is finding what you like, which was step number 1 of that Mayo Clinic list, which I have to flip the page to find.
Love a good circle back.
Start with something you can do. And something you could do could be trying to figure out what you can do. Absolutely habit, because you're going to find out a lot of things about yourself in trying new things, and you're going to have a kick-ass fun time at the CFIT.
Guess what? You won!
I
You won the game!
Yay! I'm happy!
Oh my God, that's all it took? We didn't have to spend all that money on the cruise?
All right. Our real tip of the day. Mission not impossible.
Oh my God.
Yes. To find your motivation, you have to have a clear mission of where you would like to go. So be aware, acknowledge it, and write it down. Decide right now, make the choice of what your clear vision and mission is of your identity, of your purpose, of where you would like to change into your health or your fitness routine, and catapult you into the next phase of your life, and decide what your mission is for your motivation.
And now for your real extra tip of the week. It's a 2-parter, and it's called It's a Perfect Day. Nothing standing in my way.
It's a really long
It's
title.
a really long title, and you have to sing it every time you say it. Like every time you do it, you have to sing it. It'll just make you instantly happy. So for your extra tip of the week, your first part is to get an awesome planner. Balance bound planners have great ones. If you have a really cool, fun planner that you are excited to write in every day, it makes all the difference. And then for your second part, write down what your perfect day looks like. That doesn't mean that it's going to happen the next day. It doesn't mean that it's going to happen the day after that. But what does your perfect day look like? Write it down step by step, and gradually over time, you will get that perfect day, and it will be easier to hold on to.
And whatever phase that you are in right now, you are always fit to be real.
And you are always allowed to be a lot extra.
For legal reasons, we have to tell you that this podcast is meant for entertainment and educational purposes only. We are not healthcare professionals. For all of your health, wellness, fitness, and self-care needs, please refer to the medical professional in your life, your primary care physician, your therapist, a certified coach, whoever it may be. And then let us know what they say, because I guarantee we need to know it too. Okay? Okay, bye.